All right, so today is Monday, November, November 6th. And just getting back from the gym. Today was chest day. Let me just finish this workout as an outdoor walk. Just walking back from the gym. Took me like 18 minutes. But anyways, happy Monday. So on the way to the gym, I had a thought, it's something that don't mind me, I haven't showered yet. Like I'm just still starting my Monday off, trying to start off the week right. But I just had a thought, like, if you don't have that pressure, and this idea came from the book that I'm reading, The Next 5 Steps. And I think Patrick was right in terms of like what motivates you. Like, at least from some of the research that I read back in the day, I think like 10 years ago, about human motivation and drive, right? What they say is that there are two kind of big motivators, right, in life. It is reward and punishment. So what are the rewards? I mean, I guess that's sometimes kind of obvious, whether it's a fitness goal, like achieving that body, financial goal, making the money that you want to make, those are big drivers. But the biggest driver that most people forget about is punishment. Punishment, fear. Like, what's more likely to motivate you? Like, if you're in bed, it's a Saturday morning, it's cold, and I told you there's $100 waiting for you on the kitchen table. If you get out of bed, get ready and grab it. What's more likely to motivate you? That scenario, or it's 3 a.m, it's freezing cold, it's Saturday morning, and there's a fire, and you smell it, and you hear it, and you feel it? What's gonna push you harder? And I think the answer is kind of obvious. So I think a lot of times we hyper focus on what we do want in life versus what we don't want in life, So I think it's important to kind of entertain both, to be honest with you. That door is kind of fancy, like in terms of its lock, I don't know. But so me trying to look at what actually motivates me. What am I afraid of? Maybe that's these lights. They take a little while to turn on. But what motivates me? What is it? I think at this point in my life, I want to feel, I guess, like I'm financially able to support the lifestyle that I want. And that probably sounds very, very, I don't know, out of touch. I guess just like my upbringing, like there was always a sense of financial insecurity. And I think at this point in my life, like I make way above average in terms of income. But I mean, again, it's a salary. Like the job can change, the management can change, and you won't have that sense of freedom if the income stops flowing, right? And so for me, like I think long term, like it's always been a goal for me to have a family, and financially I want to be able to have the freedom to do what I need to do, or to have the flexibility to, for example, go on vacations with my family. If they're sick, take unlimited time without having to worry about repercussions. Although, there are some companies that say that exists, but when it actually comes down to it, it doesn't actually work out the way they say it is. So I like to trust, was that old Russian saying? Trust, but verify. And I don't want to verify. So building, I guess, kind of replacing my income from my day job and creating something that I feel like I can contribute to, or at least I have an unfair advantage of. I've been training for over 10 years, and like I've mentioned, the fitness app is something that I want to pursue. Are people actually going to pay for it? There are plenty of tracker apps out there already on the market. But my idea is like the podcast that I like to listen to, My First Million. Shout out to Sean Puri and Sam. Is I want to build a beautiful product. I want to build a tracking app that's beautiful, that works, that helps build the habits that are required to maintain a healthy body, healthy mindset when it comes to your physical well-being. And, honestly, I got to push myself. If, for example, like, I know this sounds very extreme, but back to like the fear scenario, like, what if I told you what if I had a gun to your head, right? I mean, I know this sounds very extreme, but what if I told you you had only 24 hours to live? How would you spend your time? There's a lot of things that we know that we should be doing that very often we don't do. Why? I don't know, procrastination, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being ostracized by other people in our family, social circles, friends, acquaintances, whatever it may be. But again, what do you fear most? Do you fear more not having the life that you want, or the opinions of others? Who knows? I personally think that when I'm 95, 90, or whenever my age comes and I'm on my deathbed and I'm looking back to right now, 29 years old, if I don't start or do what I gotta do, or that goal that I wanna set, will I regret it? And there's a lot of things that I've kind of picked up in the last year, whether it's, not the last year because I've been doing it for almost 2 years now, is German, picking up a third language. I do speak Spanish, maybe I should brush up on that, but speaking German because, it's always a language, like a lot of great philosophers and thinkers have influenced me that speak German, and reading the actual literature in the native language is way different than reading translations, because like they say, the old cliche, things get lost in translation. So that's one of my goals. Taking dance classes, I just started up again. Moving to New York is an example of that, because I knew that if I didn't do it now, I would regret it later in the future. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that you may have on your mind, or things that that you should be doing that you're avoiding, right? And so making yourself conscious of the things that you're avoiding is kind of like the first step to change the behavior. And I use the same kind of mindset when I was really young, like I want to say middle school age, when I wanted to change the way I looked at school. Because before, I used to look at it almost as luck. I got lucky with certain teachers, and yes, there is some aspect to it, but I had a lot more control than before that mindset switch, than I thought before the mindset switch. And so I started reading and learning how to learn, and that's something they never emphasize in school, unfortunately. And most people never get to a point where they get that confidence, to perform academically. But luckily I did. I focused, I changed myself academically. I went from, a C student in average classes or normal classes or below normal classes to taking honors classes and passing, with relative ease, with an actual structure, and then I took that same mindset when it came to my body, because unfortunately, like I said earlier, like we didn't come from financial stability. In the household I grew up in, like I ate a lot of processed foods. I ate a lot of, crappy foods because it was convenient, because it was easy, and my body paid the price. And I was really young, and I had, obviously everyone goes through bullying in middle school. I had, body image issues, body dysmorphia, if you like to call that. And, I really wanted to be a different person. And so I started losing some weight. I started playing some sports. And then eventually in high school, I played soccer, I went JV, then varsity for not even one season. And then I transferred schools. And then I started going to the gym. Excuse my stomach, I'm actually really hungry. I should probably start cooking some breakfast. But yeah, and then I transitioned to that, and then I got into fitness. And again, same mindset switch. I made a decision, a cliche, I know. I made a New Year's resolution, and I stuck through it. I started doing, was it P90X after I left soccer, and I continued working out after I did like a couple of, like I think I did it for 9 months, lost a lot of weight, and then I officially started going into the gym. Shout out to my stepdad who gave me the gym membership to actually start going on my own before I even had a license to actually drive myself to the gym. I started going. I think I was like 17 when I started going to the gym. And here I am, 29, still being consistent, still pushing and asserting those habits. So all that being said, you know what you're avoiding. You know what you should be doing. So just do it. I mean, even when I'm gonna start, and I'm not gonna sit here or stand here and tell you that I'm perfect or that I don't make mistakes. I'm gonna be honest. I need to hold myself accountable. So how am I gonna do that? I think the physical writing of saying, I did what I was supposed to do today, or I did not do what I was supposed to do, is gonna cause one of two things. In psychology, they call this situation cognitive dissonance, where either you change the behavior to make the discomfort of realizing that there's a disconnection between what you want and what reality is. So either you change your mindset of it or you change your goals. Oh, for example, like you didn't get to the school you wanted to. Oh, I didn't want to go there anyway. Or, you didn't lose the 10 pounds you wanted to lose this year. I didn't want to lose the 10 pounds anyway. So it's either you accomplish the goals or you change your mindset about it. But what would benefit you more? Obviously, probably achieving the goals. So writing that down and forcing myself to really consciously think, am I doing what I should be doing? Am I doing best efforts to get what I want out of life? Anyways, let me wrap this up. I want to start some breakfast here. And yeah, leave your comments down below. What do you think? Do you like the video? Do you like this little vlog style? Maybe I'll just put in some other edits or some B-roll here to kind of spice it up. But like, these are just my Monday morning thoughts. It's how I want to start off my week. We'll see what happens. All this stemmed from yesterday night. I did some more unpacking here. Some more unpacking in my apartment. I still have to finish up. But I did a lot of stuff. I went out Saturday. I did have fun. I didn't want to stay in the first Saturday of living in New York City, but I paid the price. I didn't work on my new application, something that I know I should be doing because a big goal of mine is getting that financial freedom. Anyways, like I said before, like, comment, let me know what you think. What are you avoiding? What am I avoiding? Am I too hard on myself? What are your thoughts? Anyways, I'll catch you on the next one.